Alright guys, I never really had a chance to do a real walk around of this car. This is the car that I bought right before I went on my deployment. It's not snowing now obviously, so I'm going to be able to see everything on the car. So I'm going to walk around the car, let you guys see everything, talk about it, show you some of the issues, and then just kind of go from there. So this is a 2006 Mazda mx5 Miata, whatever you want to call it. It's the NC edition. It's the touring model, so there is sport, touring, grand touring. I'm just going to walk all the way around and then I'll go over everything that's different on it and what's been changed. Got a car coming by, so I'm going to let them go by first. So this color is the copper red mica, I believe what it's called. These wheels are stock 16-inch wheels. It has brand new 205 tires on them. So now what I'm going to kind of do is go over like some of the issues now that we'll be walking around it. If you look over at this headlight, it's pretty clear, where this one has some fogging. So I'm going to try to polish those up. The other thing too that I didn't realize until now is the top right here has some issues. I don't know what happened, but pretty much it doesn't look the way it should. There is a little ding right there, but not too bad. Someone replaced the antenna with the stubby antenna. Looks a lot better in my opinion. The other thing that they did too is they replaced the exhaust. I'm assuming this is the Roadster exhaust that Goodwin Racing sells, but I don't see any branding anywhere on it, but it looks like that's what it is. If it isn't that, it's very similar to that. Also, I'm pretty sure this is just the stock mid-pipe with resonator and catalytic converter up there. Suspension on it is completely stock. If you look, there's the cutout right here, and there's also a cutout right there on the stock mx5. It's a dual exhaust system or dual tip system. But yeah, this one got replaced. Right here, there is a little scratch on the bumper. Probably got rear-ended or bumped something backing up. So I'm going to try to get some touch-up paint to fix that. One thing I don't like about these is the silver on it. I really want to figure out a way to fix that. I might do like a nightshades red and paint over it, or tint them, or a Laminex or something to that extent. There is a little scratch right there, so it's not perfect, but I think that if I were to polish it up, wax it, that some of that will go away. And then over on this side, on the exact same spot, it has that same issue. So this is the inside of the car. I showed you guys it earlier, but it's going to be a lot better of a look. Actually installed this already. It's going to be in my next video that I post, but for the most part it's pretty simple in here. It looks a lot different than your NA and ND models. Looks a lot more updated. This is the stock radio system, steering wheel. Your cruise controls here, whereas like on your NA and MB it's in the knob here. I can't remember which one. Everything looks pretty decent in here though. Black on black, black cloth interior. It doesn't have a center console. Typically there's a center console right here on your NA and B. What it has is it just has two cup holders that actually work pretty well. And then what would be the center console is right here. And then your gas release. Still has a glove compartment. Thing's pretty simple. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood so that we can see what's underneath the hood. Sorry, trying to get it propped up. Alright, so this is underneath. Some scooters going by. But This is pretty much stock. These, when they yellow, are supposed to be replaced. Usually they crack around this area. Looks like mine hasn't cracked yet, but everything underneath here is pretty much stock. It's a 2-liter. Some things that I don't necessarily like is how cluttered it looks. I do want to get an intake, which would get rid of this whole box. This is the battery. In your NAMBs, they're mounted in the back, so I might see if there's a relocation kit to where I can mount that in the back. And then doesn't look like it sits on there pretty well. And then your washer fluid bottle. I'm going to see if there's a relocate kit for that. Maybe take this and push it back there. Try to just clean it up in here a little bit. So something that my Miata doesn't have, I don't know if they removed it or if it's just not there. It doesn't have the strut bar. So basically there's a bar that comes from here, goes over and does the same thing over there. And it would connect to a piece that goes right in here. I'm not exactly sure how easy it is to install it, but if you look, there's the 2 bolts right there, and then there's 2 bolts on this side too. That's actually how it attaches. So I actually purchased one of those, so that's going to be an install and opening video. But this is the way the engine looks. We'll go ahead and look at the underneath. Skid plate, pretty much stock, nothing going on. Everything looks decent under there. Don't see any rust or any issues. Looks pretty good. But yeah, this is pretty much the walk around. I'm gonna go ahead and close the hood. Or actually, I'm gonna keep the hood open. I'm gonna start the car, and that way we can kind of just hear what it sounds like. So that's what it sounds like, the way it is. Stock, can't really hear too much. And then the exhaust, can't really hear much. What I am going to do though is I'm going to go ahead and turn the car off. I'm going to start it back up, and then I'll rev it a little so that we could hear and see what it's like. As you can tell, it's not really that loud. It's not super loud at all. But you hear it from inside the car. I don't know what stock sounds like, but this is pretty subtle in the way it sounds. Something that's different too with the NC model is this right here is your release and how you open to take the top off, as opposed to having 2 separate ones right here and right here. And then what happens is when you bring it all the way back, it'll actually catch into a spot that's right here, and then you open this to release it, to open it back up again. So that's a little bit different on the NC model. But yep, this is the new car. I have drove it around. Drives perfectly fine, no issues, no concerns. Brakes fine, shifts fine. Everything seems pretty good on it. I think it's a really good buy. Other than the little paint issues, soft top issues, everything seems really good on it. Satisfied with it. Plans, like I said, I bought that strut bar, a stock strut bar, so that I could install that. And then the other thing too is I decided to buy some coilovers, so that's going to be in the video. But as far as right now goes, from whoever I purchased it from, as far as who had it before me, they did some sort of rear muffler. I think it's the Roadster Sport exhaust from Goodwin Racing. They did the short antenna, and then they did that shift boot right there. Dragon Ball Z, I believe is what it is. Not a big fan of it, so I'm probably going to switch back to like a black one. But yeah, that's it for now. Hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you.